These are old Datsun pickup rims, 6 lug, 5.5, I think. Yeah, 5.5. This is the older one, okay? And easiest way I can find to tell that is, see how these are kind of narrow, and they crown up here and then they come straight down, okay? There's a nice angle right there. Whereas these, they have this big fat land up here and then angle down, okay? I'm not positive on the lip showing up on which, stuff like that. The whole center, so these are basically 320 and 520. Okay, these are basically 521 to up into the 620s probably, but the 620 also had some different rims, but these are pretty common to find. I'll show you here real quick. Anyway, so let's see here. Center hole is 3.5 to be safe. Not quite 3 5/8. Same. 3 5/8 wouldn't fit, so 3 9/16. Okay. You can see they got the buttons, 3 buttons for the hubcaps and that stuff. Now it's this space right there. When we flip these around, okay. See how that encroaches in here? That's what's hitting the caliper and makes these rims so hard to fit. Disc brakes behind, okay? It's so close on my kit that an 1/8 inch spacer is typically needed to push this out far enough to keep that from rubbing. Now, if you don't want to run an 1/8 inch spacer, you can grind that down. I mean, it's quite easy to grind enough clearance off of those bumps. Because if you look really close, it might be kind of hard to tell from that angle. But because of the way it's bent, this hump here actually comes in a bit further than the center section here. And that's what causes all the grief. These factory stock rims, these older ones, they're only 4 inches bead to bead. These should be about 4.5. Yep, those are 4.5. A little bit later ones, when you get into the 620s, you can find them in 5 inch. The actual point of pulling these rims out and that was to measure the back spacing. 3 3/4 on the old rim. I'm going to guess this one's a 1/2 inch deeper. Nope. Let's say 3 3/4, or 3 7/8 if you want to plan for a little extra clearance or whatever. So exactly the same back spacing between the old and the new. I never paid any attention to that before, so that's kind of interesting. So that means that the rest of the space is on the front side. And when you look at it, you can see it now. 1 9/16, 1 5/16. While we're here, I guess I'll pull it out. Okay, this is a 620 rim. Kind of looks like a Roadster rim with the slots around it and that stuff. At least I've been told it's a 620 rim when I got them. So it's still a 14 inch rim. It's still the tiniest hair under 3 5/8. So that tells me it's not a hard body rim. The hard body rim had a bigger hole. Widthwise, it's still the same spot welding, but these are up to 5 inches. Way deeper dish. Okay, and if you notice here, they're flush up against the rim itself, so there's no clearance issues. Okay, way easier to fit brakes behind this one. And for back spacing, almost 4 3/4, 4 11/16. 4 11/16. I have no clue years available, you know, what models and stuff like that these were available on. I really don't know. So these are pretty popular. They don't look quite as nice with the hubcap on because it makes the hubcap look like it's pooched out. And you can see this surface where the hubcap touches is tucked in behind the rim a little bit. So when the hubcap gets snapped on, it's not as proud. When it goes on here, this is almost, you know, at the same height. So when the hubcap gets snapped on, it gets really, sticks way out there. I'm not a fan of that look. It does the same thing on the 320 because this is nearly level too. So that is it.